Hi everyone, welcome back to another card making video featuring products from Honeybee Stamps. Today I'm going to be working with the gorgeous Lovely Layers Cathedral die set. This is just a beautiful die set that has so many different elements that you could use together or definitely combine with other Honeybee Lovely Layers sets. This is just a really great set. You're really going to, I think, love the image that this creates when all of these different pieces are put together. So I have previously die cut out all of the different dies from the different colors of cardstock. I definitely took my color inspiration from the Honeybee sample on the website, and that's the layering guide is what I'm referring to. Now what I did for the main part of the cathedral is I die cut that from an off-white piece of cardstock. I backed it with some white cardstock, and now I'm layering the elements onto that. So I have the door that's cut out from kind of a brick red color, going over that with the window in kind of a teal blue color. And then we can see is this called the spire? I'm not really sure what the different parts of the cathedral are called, but that top piece there out of the navy, and then I'm going to layer the window piece here over top of that. And of course, we've got the window details as well. So Honeybee has paid attention to absolutely every little detail here. I think it would be really cool as well to die cut this with some colored cardstock to inlay into the window areas to do a stained glass window effect. I think that would be a really cool idea as well. You can see that there's a cross there for that center tower piece. And now I'm going to go into the side elements of the cathedral as well, combining this navy with the really pretty kind of a coral pink color. And then again, you can see how I've backed that window with the white cardstock again, just so that I have a backer there to add the elements onto. And then of course, just to, give that effect more of a window. You could actually use kind of a light yellow cardstock behind there. You could also do some really fun things with the pear blossom pressed lights with the cathedral and do some fun effects there as well. I think that this set is pretty versatile. Also, you could do different seasons with this set and so on. And like I said before, you could definitely combine this with your other lovely layers, and you could put some more festive elements on here and that kind of thing as well. Now, we've got some layering dies here for the shrubs in front of the cathedral. I did use 3 different colors of green cardstock just so that those would show up a little bit more. And you can see that these just layer beautifully together to create those little details that make this just so realistic and very cool. So I'm going to just show you making one set of the shrubs and one side of the cathedral and that kind of thing, because it's pretty repetitive otherwise. And here you can just see that I'm putting the 2 different kinds of trees together. So you could create 2 of the same trees for each side of your cathedral if you wanted to, or you can use the 2 different trees. I put the 2 different trees just to show you the different style of trees that are included in this die set. Again, you could definitely include these trees in another scene type of card, not using the cathedral. The same with the shrubs. You could actually use the different pieces of the cathedral and combine them in different ways with different Honeybee dies. So I really love that about the Lovely Layers. They're just so easy to mix and match and just so much fun. Now I'm just going to finish adding these little pieces to this tree, and those trees will be all finished and ready to add to our cathedral. I've got just this one little spire piece here left to create for each side of the cathedral here. And you can just see that that's going to give me another opportunity for another cross. And that's just going to go on top of our side piece of our church. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that on. I'll do the same thing for the other side, and now we can start to assemble it all together. So there's this long die piece here. This is meant to kind of allow us to put all of the different pieces together. So I'm going to attach the main part of the cathedral to that, and then I'm going to add the steps to the front, and then I'll go ahead and add the side pieces on. I'm actually going to glue them first to the main section of the church. First, I'm going to add these pillars on either side of the main section, the central section, and then I'll add the side pieces from there. Really, really easy to assemble this. And of course, as always, Honeybee provides a layering guide for all of our lovely layers to ensure that it's very easy for you to assemble these. So there you can just see how cute that is when it's all put together. And then now we can just easily add our trees onto either side and then the shrubs in the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the adhesive onto the tree first, and then just give that a good press. Then I'll just add a little bit of adhesive onto my shrubs and get those onto there as well. You can see that that navy blue base piece behind the stairs there, if you don't get it centered exactly right, it's not a big deal because the shrubs are going to cover up that area anyway. So there it is, all finished. I absolutely love this. Really great element for any kind of project you might want to make. This is the Snowflakes 3D embossing folder from Honeybee. Honeybee has some of the best embossing folders. I love them. And I've embossed a piece of A2 size vellum for behind the church onto my A2 size top folding card base. I actually attached that to the card base with some sewing, just with my sewing machine and some white thread. And that's kind of a good way to attach vellum. That way you don't have to worry about adhesive showing and that kind of thing. So I'm going to take some foam squares and add those onto the back of my church here. And that is how I'm going to adhere that onto the vellum. Now for my sentiment, I used the Simply Stated sentiment stamp set and coordinating die set. I have a whole bunch of these die cut and stamped on my desk, which is totally, it's just so handy. And so I chose one of those sentiments from that set to add to my project. I am going to make sure to link up in the description box below to all of the products that I've used for my project today, friends. I hope you were inspired and have a chance to check out the Lovely Layers Cathedral die set. It is absolutely stunning. Have an amazing day, friends. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.